Om Namo Bhairavaya Namo Namah. Om Namo Bhairavaya Swaha. Om Adyaye Namaha. This is your sign to lock in for 2026. If you are serious about yourself, if you're watching this, lock the fuck in for 2026, gang. Because this is what I wanted to make for today for myself. I've had a really long day. I've completed my second Sankalpa tonight, and I even kind of got late, and that really made me pissed off. But at least I did it. I was busy with work, but I did the sadhana, the last day sadhana. I got late, but I fed the dogs with a meal and all of that. So, I feel great that I was able to complete the second Sankalpa, and I feel tired. As you guys can see, I'm recording this right now at 12:44 a.m. And it's the 17th already. So it's kind of was a bad day for me personally. The way I woke up, not getting enough sleep, just like a few hours of sleep. As you can see right now, the time is 12:45 in the AM. So this is your sign to lock in for 2026 if you're watching this. And this, for me personally, this vlog is just gonna be a time capsule. So, hi, hello me 1 year from now. I should probably be watching this on the 17th of January 2027, and this is a responsibility, an accountability check for me to hit all my goals, to stay consistent, to stay locked the fuck in. 2026, people are saying is the new 2016 or whatever, but I'm just so isolated and focused and locked in into my goals that I've almost reached a state of delusion and a sort of self-delusion where I pump myself up, that people call me crazy, or if you're watching this and you watched yesterday's vlog, you'd probably think that I'm going insane. But it's just the next step for me personally. I feel like this is much needed. Fuck FIFA, fuck the World Cup, fuck GTA 6, fuck the movies. I don't care which capitalistic content is going to be pushed this year to the Matrix. I don't care if it's going to be the new Marvel movie, the new DC movie, or this or that. If it's art, if it's real filmmaking, then I'll fucking watch it. I really wanted to watch Marty Supreme, and I'm waiting for the Indian release so that I can watch it in the cinemas, because that's how I enjoy real film. And I enjoyed one battle after another in the cinemas, and it's a good film. You should watch it if you haven't. It's a statement piece. But anyways, on to today's topic is gonna be basically a time capsule for me. So hit your goals. Rudra, if you are watching this 1 year from now, I'm proud of you for hitting all your goals if you did so. And if you didn't, you need to really self-reflect, man. You need to really self-reflect. If you still weren't able to hit your goals after all of this sadhana, all of this reflection, and an entire year from now, an entire year of time, that's like 365 days, and you still weren't able to hit basic goals, I mean, you know what your goals are. I don't want to tell it to everyone and then ruin it, or nazar nahi lagani type stuff. And I have this whole bucket list that I made mentally. So Rudra, you better hit your goals, dude. And if you really worked hard on it, because I'm kind of aiming for the moon, I'm kind of, whatever the saying is, you land at the stars. But I don't want to land at the stars. I want to shoot for the moon. So I hope you did it. This year, you should be totally locked in and focused on your goals. And fuck FIFA, fuck GTA 6. All that is just, capitalistic, matrix, mass control, what they want you to waste your time with. But I'm not going to consume, I'm going to create more. I'm going to focus in on my goals. And okay, you'll have bad days. I had a bad day today, even though I was expecting it to be a good day. But as Sir says, you have to accept your bad days. So it's basically this stoic sparring technique. Uh, and it's like you have to separate what you can control with what you can't control. And what I can control is every day, is me, a rebirth. What I can't control is the past or the future or what people think of me or what you might probably write in the comment section one day, eventually, as this channel grows. Because I'm not making this channel with clickbaity titles or thumbnails. It's just for my personal journal, and I could just journal all this stuff and keep it unlisted or private. But also I was thinking about, what if this could be a way for me to get some person to listen to my music? What if this could be a way to connect with somebody who is on a similar sadhana path, who is also like me sadhana maxing this year, and who is probably also watching Guru Praveen Radhakrishna's channel, and who loves Guru Praveen Radhakrishna as well, because I love Guru and I love his videos. So, what if, it's a very niche Venn diagram that I know that I'm blurting out, but, it's my shot. It's my shot in the void. It's what I want to make. I don't like hyper editing shit, and I'm really tired. I'll just put today's artwork because I'm trying to stay consistent with graphic design every day and trying to build out a visual world for my brand. So, anyways, the delusion part is what I really want to focus on. I want to become crazy. I want to go all in on my goals. I want to be so undeniable that even if I miss, even if I fail, I'm going to pick myself back up again. And even if the world calls me crazy, I'm going to go harder, and I'm just going to keep holding my sadhana and holding my deities and just never letting go of their hand and never letting anyone else ever tell me what I am or what I should be ever again. And so every day I am reborn, I am my own father, and I am my own mother. That's how I look at it, basically. So, yeah, I hope you lock the fuck in this year, and I hope you achieve all your goals. It's 2026. It's time to lock the fuck in. It's time to hit those big goals. It's time to stay consistent. It's time to stop all your bad habits. It's not like you're gonna get rid of your addictions. You're just gonna turn your addictions and your negative seeking, pleasure seeking habits into purpose driven actions, into positive addictions like sadhana, like workout, like your music, like your art. So if you're watching this and you're low and you're feeling low, just know that if you truly stick to your goals, and it's not about consistency, it's about repetition, it's about believing in it, it's about leaning into that shit and fucking locking the fuck in. So that was about the first section of the video. And I don't want to over elaborate or waste your time or waste my time when I watch this again, because I know that I'm going to hit my goals because I'm really fucking locked in. And 1 year from now, I hope you're fucking happy right now that you did it. That you made that fucking album that you wanted to make, that you shot that music video that you were afraid to shoot, that you logged in with your fitness journey, that you logged in with your diet, you logged in with everything, and you did everything you said you would. And all those people who, you know what, I don't even care about other people. It's about you, Rudra, it's about you. So I hope you get closer with deities. I hope you hold your sadhana like this. Since I'll be traveling the next week, I'll not be able to take a third sankalpa for Bhairava. So I'll just continue my Nitya sadhana with full sincerity, because that is something I can still do with unstable asana. But since I'll not be having a stable asana, I'll have to travel a bit. So I cannot take a third sankalpa. So probably in February, I would take a third sankalpa. But yes. So mainly for the rest of the video, I wanted to discuss a book that I've been reading recently, and it's called Man and His Symbols by Carl Jung. You might have heard of it. It's a really popular basic book. I'm not trying to act intellectual. It's a very common read. It's just a basic ass read because I want to work on, my vocabulary in general, my knowledge about psychology and stuff like that. So, okay, so I have some notes from the first chapter. I read the first chapter over the last few weeks. Not technically, I read some of the first chapter months ago while I was trekking, but I finished the first chapter recently. So I'll, even that's kind of a lie. I actually finished the first chapter a long ago. I just refreshed my memory on the first chapter because, as Sir says, Kalima Sadaka tongues should not lie. And I'm trying to cut down on the lies. Like in general, I'm trying to cut down lying to people because I usually don't lie, but it's just that I have a tendency to white lie a lot, or like just kind of rephrase the sentence in a way where it's not complete truth. But I'll try to be more truthful. I'm trying really not to give a fuck what you think of me, even if I blow up, my music blows up, and I always wanted to blow up as a nonchalant, mysterious rapper or a nonchalant, mysterious, shadowy figure. But maybe that path is not for me. I think doing sadhana has completely killed that desire. I realize that I cannot make the normal path. I cannot take the normal path at all. Yet my path is weird, strange. The day goes on as I analyze my dreams. So, moving on to this book, it's the first chapter is titled Approaching the Unconscious, and I will be referencing some notes. So, I wanted this vlog to be overall pretty raw, pretty freeballing, freestyling kind of a thing. But since this book has some interesting topics, I had just have written down some basic notes or keywords that I don't want to miss out on. And you can click off now if you just wanted to watch the time capsule part, because this would be also a sort of time. This is for me, this is a part of the time capsule. Anyways, and I am gonna make long ass videos on this channel. The Life of Rudra will be unedited 30-minute, 40-minute videos, because I realize that after even my work, my workout, my art, my music, after doing all of this, I still have like a half an hour or 1 hour of time in my day to sacrifice sleep and just talk to the camera and practice this skill and spend half an hour editing it, and not editing it like hyper editing it, but like basically just putting the intro, outro, or whatever and uploading it to YouTube. That's what takes most of my time anyway, since these are longer videos. So I'm drinking some coffee right now and I'll start. Approaching the unconscious. So basically we first break down what's the difference between symbols and signs. So symbols, rather than, I should talk about signs first. So signs are something that are known. Signs are easy to understand, like a traffic signal. Signs are one-to-one. They represent one thing and everybody knows them. So they can be explained very easily, and once the meaning is exhausted, that's it. Symbols, on the other hand, are partially unknown or unknowable, and they are one to many. So a symbol could represent many things, and even if you exhaust the meaning of a symbol, you still it can not be exhausted technically. A symbol is deeper. A symbol is unknown. It's truly unknown. A symbol, for example, would be the snake representing Kundalini, or you know, a symbol could be the penis or the phallus, rather. Like the book talks about how if a phallic figure is drawn on the walls of an American city, it might be looked at as an immature graffiti. But in Hindu literature or Hindu culture, the more mature the dreamer is, the interpretation of the symbol changes. Then the Hindu culture, a mature interpreter would interpret it as the lingam. So, anyways, that's the basic difference between symbols and signs. So, what forms the major part of our unconscious mind is the shadow, and it's filled with whatever you reject, whatever you don't like about yourself, or whatever you perceive that uh, society would not appreciate about you. And you have to descend into this regression. You have, in order to rebuild yourself, the book, the first chapter at least, talks about how you have to descend. And so an interesting dream thing is that people usually dream about stuff, and as young says, oftentimes they unconsciously play it out in real life. So if you are dreaming about some fears, beware that you don't actually play it out in your real life far into the future, far into your 40s or your 50s. A 19th century chemist who was working on benzene actually dreamt of the snake eating its own tail, which is on the cover of this book. This snake right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. This green snake. We all have seen it in various media. But this snake eating its own tail inspired him after he saw it in his dream to find the closed carbon ring that is the benzene structure. Dreams are a tool to analyze your subconscious mind. The collective unconscious oftentimes uses symbols to communicate with each other. The consciousness can be sometimes disassociative. Tribes had bush souls, and bush souls are basically disassociated consciousness. So, spirit animals, or saying that this tree has a soul, or and my consciousness therefore takes the form of the tree as a soul. Or let's say crocodile has my soul, so when I swim in a crocodile infested river, I consider myself safe. These are ideas explained in the book about how tribes thought about bush souls. So my dream analysis, I'll get into that, especially since I have stopped using weed since a long time, and I had used weed for a long ass time, many years. So oftentimes with months of stoppage, I have realized that, and this is popular on the internet, that you tend to get vivid dreams because of all the dreams being stored up, as weed causes you to just not get that level of deep sleep, or whatever the scientific term is. And so I have been having pretty intense dreams. But so what I do is, in the morning I wake up and immediately log it into my AI. And it's Jung talks about how you should be intellectual enough and knowledgeable enough and self-aware enough and not immature with interpreting your dreams, because if you interpret it wrong, then you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're sometimes maybe simplifying the dream or the symbol. Okay, so another thing is the ink blot test जो होता है, जो हम सब ने देखा है कि ink blot test, that's basically free association. So we have a lot of repressed stuff, a lot of unwanted memories that we don't want to remember because it was maybe traumatic. so we forget it. But ink blot tests or a patient talking to young about their dreams oftentimes unconsciously expose what their hidden fears, their hidden traumas, or the free association process via the ink blot test leads them to expose their hidden traumas or hidden fears, which is a part of the shadow. Therefore, why this is a part of my time capsule is I am trying to work on my shadow. I'm trying to integrate my shadow more. As Sir talks about Saturn being the shadow of the sun, right? So, my entire journey with my goals, my career, my music is heavily Saturn influenced. I feel like पूरा लाइफ ही ऐसा रहा है, डिलेड रिजल्ट्स, पूरा डिसिप्लिन का टेस्ट, और ये जो एकदम कोल्ड सैटर्न बिहेवियर होता है ना, मेरे साथ तो वही हो रहा है भाई. वेस्टर्न आप उससे देखोगे ना, जोडियक साइन से, वैसे तो मैं फक नहीं देता बिकॉज सर सेज कि जितना भी यू हैव टू अनप्लग योर सेल्फ फ्रॉम द ज्योतिष stuff because that reduces your Bhairav Tattva, and I don't want to reduce my Bhairav Tattva at all. So I have stopped even caring about such things. So we don't talk about Western zodiacs and Jyotish Shastras in general now. We move on to archetypes. Okay, so as deities are also archetypes, and maybe if you pray to one deity, you might have a probability of instilling that archetype within yourself. It's something that even I do. It's something that most people do in general, even if they're not praying. Let's say pop culture also has archetypes, and recently I read a tweet on X that said that some of the most famous or viral archetypes are the repressed archetypes, and you could attest it to movies like Kabir Singh or Animal doing well, or the Andrew Tate manosphere thing, or similar ends pay on female ends, or such stuff that is very confrontational, or repressed archetypes doing well in social media especially. Anyways, I don't subscribe to such thought. I don't like such extreme ended thoughts. I rather focus on grounding myself and being of service and leading with love, because I believe that if you truly lead with love, then then maybe probably the universe won't immediately give it back to you. You shouldn't expect the universe to immediately treat you or gift you back, especially knowing that, especially if you're acting out of love for just the get back, or just for receiving it back or expecting, then you're doing it wrong, brother. You need to love people and love life and act out of love, like Shri Krishna says, and be detached from the fruit of it, detached from the fruit of the labor. So therefore we discuss archetypes. So this book, the first chapter, talks about various archetypes and the eventual sequence of how these archetypes develop. So the first archetype is the trickster, like Loki from Greek mythology or whatever. He's a trickster, right? He's amoral, he's obscene, he's clever, and they're basically disruptors. So that's the first archetype, as the ego is afraid of the unconscious mind. So that's the first hero archetype. So these are hero archetypes, right? So the first hero archetype is the trickster, according to this book. And then we go into the hare. It is a more refined version of the trickster. It uses wit. It uses, the hare is the symbol of the rabbit, protective of life. So it's better than the trickster, but it also avoids confrontation. The third one it talks about is the red horn. The red horn is stronger consolidation of ego. It's the typical hero archetype. It slays monsters, but the limitations are that it's prideful of the ego. And then the final archetype is the twins. I feel like modern society kind of values the red horns more than the twins, because the twins represent the dual self, uh, the introverted, self-reflective side of one person, while the other side is extroverted, ready to take on challenges. And that's the duality of the twins. So, anyways, semen retention causes dreams to be sexual. At least that's what has been happening with me. I've had vividly sexual dreams as I retain. Maybe it's my body is trying to trigger me into releasing, but it's not like I've had sleep triggered releases or anything of that sort. I've never had that ever. So even in these 3 months, I've not had that. Yes, I have had intensely sexual dreams, and but I wake up immediately, and I don't feed into it. I refuse to feed into it. I refuse to be a slave to my mind anymore. I refuse to be a slave to my mind. That's what it is. Even if I get thoughts, even if I get sexual thoughts, even if I get extremely graphic thoughts or whatever, the feelings, the urges, I just surrender it to my deities. I surrender it to Rudra. I surrender it to Ma. And yes, while praying to deities, there have also been like a really weird imagery that pops into my mind. I don't want to talk about it right now. But like, I just surrender it to them. Even if it's disrespectful to them, I just surrender it to them still. I believe that, like Sir says, in the most inauspicious also lies the deities, right? They are everything. So why would they judge you? They would never judge you, dude. Sexual maturity or maturity of the interpreter plays a lot into how you break down these symbols, because the collective unconscious runs on symbols, and the more you analyze your dreams correctly, with patience and with kindness, the more you can integrate your whole self. So this is just the first chapter, and it already has a lot more ideas that I have not discussed yet. One of them is, I've written here, one of them is, as science moves forward, the world is dehumanized, basically. So that's why man feels isolated in the cosmos, because there is no unconscious identity with nature as the bush souls or the tribes used to have. Therefore, I have decided to increase my contact with nature this year. Although I had been on multiple treks last year, I have decided to go on more treks and be more isolated in nature to increase my connection with nature, because I live in the capital city of India and I live in the heart of Delhi. So it's practically like living inside smoke, and like, I love the pollution. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of people constantly hating on Delhi, and they are rightfully so. But it's just I've grown up with the noise around me, the smoke around me, and it's just I feel impervious to it at this point. And I like it. It's like it's the only thing that people talk about जब वो बाहर से आते हैं. So it's the only thing that people talk about जब वो बाहर से आते हैं, कि कितना pollution है, कितना ये है वो है. So at this point, it's just become the personality of Delhi. So I love it. So yeah, these were the topics for today. I'll read the book more if you guys want me to talk more about the book. Let me know in the comment section. Although I doubt there is even one person watching this video. It's just my big, like, पहले के कुछ videos हैं भाई, ये तीसरा video होगा मेरा. So I'm not expecting anything. It's just that I want this journey to be documented. I've been inspired by YouTubers and just in general the idea of treating YouTube as a diary, a public journal, sort of, and letting exposure therapy do its thing, letting my insecurities, because I felt like social media tends to be viewed or acted upon as a highlight reel, and everybody knows this, but I'd rather just tell you because I like the real shit, because I want to be I want to be, a lot of things. Like, I want to do a lot of things, and I'd rather just document all of it as it happens rather than just showing you the perfect music video when I finish it and then releasing it and then sort of creating this brand of this artist who makes music, is mysterious and nonchalant. And I may do that in the future. I may delete all these vlogs because at the end of the day, we always cringe at something we did a few years back. वो तो होता ही है, natural है. So I may cringe on all this stuff, but I don't feel like this is anything cringe or wrong. I haven't taken a single sip of my coffee yet. And it's cold as fuck. But anyways, this was much more of a slower journal than my usual uh fast paced stuff, because I just had a bad day today, and I accept it with all my heart, and I love it, and I love Ma, and I love Rudra, and if you're watching this, I love you, even if you're weirdly judging me or whatever. I love you. Uh, I hope that people I know in real life don't ever find my channel ever, because the day I actually get serious about my music or release my content like music videos or whatever, and if by Ma's grace, by Rudra's grace, if they get any sort of traction, uh, if people find this channel, I'm just gonna delete all of this stuff. This is more for just me, and probably if some random stranger on the internet finds this video, and yeah, the Venn diagrams that I talked about, they all match up, like sadhana, following Guru Praveen Radhakrishna, listening to rap music, being young and wild, and sort of all this matches up into this one sort of stranger who gets this in their algorithm and likes long form unedited content. Then probably I love you. And if you're going through something sad or something lonely, then that's pretty good, man, because this stuff is gonna change you. Believe in uh, transformation through destruction. Believe in creation through destruction. You have to destroy yourself in order to grow. You have to descend into the repressed mind. One of the symbols in my dreams that I've analyzed is ladders. Ladders are always a symbol for descent or ascent. Another symbol is oceans. Oceans or water. It represents your emotions. Right? So try to probably analyze your dreams. And the more you do it, the more easier it will be for you to recall your dreams as you wake up in the morning. As you wake up, just do it every day, and it might not make sense, but slowly you might be able to see the patterns of how your subconscious thinks and what garbage is filled inside your subconscious mind, and you have to surrender that to Ma. And I surrender that to Ma. Again, this is not a advice channel, this is not a spiritual guru channel, I'm not nowhere near all that. It's just a documentation channel. This is a documentation of my journey, and I speak to the camera like I am speaking to my younger self or myself in general. I wish to develop this skill further. I wish to be effortless in communicating with the camera. I feel like this is a valuable skill, especially in 2026, where AI ruins everything. AI runs everything. You know, the only thing that AI cannot replace is real human beings. Like, yes, it can probably You can probably generate an AI avatar. Not probably, you can generate an AI avatar and give it my exact fucking voice and my exact likeliness and make it act and talk and look like me and make 1000 reels short form in one day. You can do that, but it might not know, or it might not act or talk exactly like me. Like how what is the probability that the AI would do this right now? Like, the AI can't do this shit. Like, that's random. And I feel like I just feel like Skanda is one of the most important deities in general for me this year, because as I go to Swarna Akarshana Bhairava, uh, I realize that, you know, I have unrealistic desires. And as Sir talks about him, I was rewatching some videos. I sometimes feel that what if, he says that, okay, you don't need these super, super crazy desires that I have and that I always tell him about. What if he's like, okay, understand that that's your desire, understand that that's your ancestral trauma that has been passed down. Your ancestors maybe wanted this, or maybe your past life you had this, and now just leave it, just be free of it, and you know just focus on sadhana. But this is one of the reasons that I didn't go into Kal Bhairava, because I know that I'm nowhere near that state. I have so many desires and I do not wish to give them up. So maybe I was thinking कि Skanda could help me there, because I felt like he's more of a, अगर टास्क मिला है तो फर्स्ट डिज़ायर मिला है या टास्क मिला है तो अचीव इट फर्स्ट एंड देन अंडरस्टैंड इट लेटर टाइप कि मतलब द वेल राइट penetration, see the execution. So I'll try to execute more, even though I feel like having a quantity over quality catalog of music leads me to not having leverage as an artist, because I don't have the distribution or marketing figured out yet. But I guess I'll just pray to my deities sincerely, and I'll put in the hard work, I'll put in the effort that I know I can. uh, I'll give up sleep, I'll give up wasting time. Fuck FIFA, fuck GTA 6, fuck whatever content social media is trying to push, the narrative social media is trying to push us all into consuming this, that, or the other. I'm stopping I'm going to stop watching all sorts of various podcasts, various shows, TV shows. I never even watch TV shows utna वैसे. Yes, I'm a huge film buff because I want to make films one day, but those are like art films or like just cooler films in general, not like superhero shit. Even though I love Spider-Man, I used to love Spider-Man as a kid. Like, I want to watch Marty Supreme, so I hope it comes out soon here so I can catch it. And I hope a year from now, Rudra, that when you're watching this, you're just there, man. That you did it, you pulled it off. Because we don't have time. We only have 1 year to do so much. You have to do so much. You can't stop. I won't stop. You have to do so much, man. Fuck what the world thinks about you. Fuck what anyone says. You will find your audience. You will find people who support you. And even if you don't, I know, I trust in you to walk alone. I trust in you to walk alone. And I have the confidence this time around because I know that I have to be a pillar for my family as I grow older now and I get out of my college mindset. I'll probably not show it on the vlog, but in the next few days I'll be traveling. I need to get my college degree and stuff. So I'll be getting my degree finally. And yeah, I need to fucking grow the fuck up and lock the fuck in. lock the fuck in, and 2026 is mine. That's it. 2026. This is, if you're still watching this, if you're watching this till now, this is a sign for you to lock the fuck in and achieve all your goals and stop at nothing until your goals are achieved, and not 10x, 100x of what I plan to do. By next year, when you're watching this, you better have kicked some ass. You better have fucking and raised your vibrations. And I hope that you're happy, dude. I hope you're genuinely fucking finally happy after years of not knowing how that shit feels. So yeah, that was today's big rant. I think this is the longest video I've ever made, but yeah, it's whatever. I'll show the artwork now. So today morning, I was just listening to the Rudram. It's one part, specific part that always played in my mind is this part. Varmine cha kavachine cha bilmine cha namo bilmine cha kavachine cha. And this basically means salutations to the one who wears armor. I really like this part when I sing it or I say it. So this was inspired by a photo my friend took of me in Himachal Pradesh near a log of wood, and the overall artwork represents how the yagna is yet long to go. Like, all this wood behind me is for the yagna, and it's a long journey under Saturn. As you guys know, it's gonna be a long journey, and it's gonna be a patient and kind one, but it's gonna be a steady and consistent one. And yeah, I hope you liked today's vlog, and if you're still watching, do consider subscribing and following my Spotify. Goodbye.